In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a wildly popular question that I get all the time in regards to a $2,000 fourth stimulus check and Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, and people with disabilities. Are you included? That's the question and exactly what I'm going to focus on and clarify for you here in this video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. All right, now, as I mentioned, this is a question that I get all the time from many people here in the community down below in the comments section. I do receive some emails every so often asking about this, and I want to clarify exactly what's going on here because I totally understand. We want to know, would we be included for something like this, and where do we currently stand on all of this? I totally get it. There's a ton of different things that are going on out there right now, and a lot of times the low income and fixed income, guess what? You're forgotten about. Yeah, every single time, right? Lawmakers come together and they say, oh, we've got this new proposal, we've got this new thing, but it focuses on this group of people over here, and a lot of times, unfortunately, it does completely miss out on the low income, the fixed income people like this, okay? So anyway, I want to clarify it for you here in the video. I know it's very confusing, a lot of different things going on right now. I want to let you know what's actually happening and where we currently stand with all of this. And again, would something like this include you as a fixed income beneficiary? Great questions, and again, I want to do what I can for you to clarify. By the way, if I missed something here or if I did not explain something thoroughly, please let me know down below in the comment section. Not yet. I haven't told you anything yet, okay? Later on in this video, at the end of the video or whatever, if you need further clarification, by all means, let me know. But right now, don't be like, hey, you didn't explain it. Well, I haven't gotten there yet, okay? Just give me a minute. I'm going to get to that, okay? But anyway, I just want to point this out as well. Realistically, in my honest opinion here, the people that should really be asking this question are those people that earn a big high income, like $150,000 or $200,000 a year. These are the people that should really be asking this question, okay? Or the people that even earn six figures a year. Those are the people that should really be answering or asking this question. The people that receive a low income or a fixed income benefit, this question is not something you should be concerned about, okay? But again, I want to do what I can for you. Let me explain what's going on here. However, really fast before I do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you're new here, first off, welcome. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel? Right down below, there's a subscribe button. Make sure to hit that. Join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel that have already subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Truly do appreciate it. Just want to do what I can to bring you the latest updates, watch all the headlines, advocate on your behalf, answer questions, and do whatever I possibly can to help you navigate this time right now. It's rough out there. I mean, let's just be real, right? It is really, really annoying. A lot of different things going on. Very confusing information out there. And again, just want to do what I can. I'm always bringing it to you straight every single day, no matter what. As you'll see here in just a second, I'm going to lay it on thick, as I always do. I like to give it to you straight. I'm always going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, and transparent information every single day, no matter what. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or disagree, I'm going to give it to you straight, and that's how I always do it, okay? So anyway, with that being said, again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and let's talk through the details. All right, so the big question is, are you included? Okay, now let's just talk about the details about this. When it comes down to a stimulus check of any dollar amount, okay, in this one, $2,000 is what I'm talking about, simply because this is a question that, again, I've seen showing up recently, and people refer to, well, can we get the $2,000? Again, doesn't matter the stimulus check amount. It could be $1. It could be $5. It could be $5,000. It could be $5 million. Again, anywhere in between, dollar amount has no relevance. That does not matter whatsoever, okay? But here's what does matter when it comes down to eligibility for any type of stimulus check, okay? It's always based on income. 100% of the time, it's based on income, okay? Now, obviously, there are other factors as well. Sometimes they say, oh, if you're claimed as an adult dependent or a dependent, you don't get it, but rather the person claiming you gets it, or if you're all these different details, okay? If you owe back taxes, you'll never get it in that case because it's an advance on a refundable tax credit. If you owe the IRS, they're not going to give you money and then say, hey, you owe us money back, okay? That's one exception there. Sometimes if you owe back child support, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it. Again, the parameters change every single time, but remember, the whole big idea here is someone that's eligible, it's always based on income, okay? The eligibility and the income thresholds do change each time. In fact, the 3 checks that we got back in 2020 and 2021, the 1,200, the 600, and the 1,400, they had different eligibility and the income thresholds were different, okay? Sometimes it's $75,000 a year or less as an individual. Sometimes it's $100,000 a year or less as an individual. And as a married couple, those are always doubled, 150 as a married couple or 200 as a married couple. And then there's usually a phase out period at that time as well if your income is above those levels. But I would anticipate for the majority of people watching this video, you probably don't need to worry about the income thresholds. I'm just saying, okay? Most people anyway. There might be a small handful that have to worry about that. But again, just saying, okay? Now, I want to make it very clear as well. As of right now, and again, you know this. You've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now. I've made this very, very clear. This is no mystery. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it's a mystery, and I'm going to tell you for the first time ever. I've said this many times before. I say it all the time in the live streams. I say it in the videos. Anytime that I talk about anything like this, I make it very clear. As of right now, no, a stimulus check is not approved of any dollar amount, okay? We're not talking about anything being approved right now. However, I have people ask me all the time, if something's approved, if we get something, has it been approved? When are we getting it? Things like this, all these questions, and will I be included, okay? These are good questions, but as of right now, again, I'm going to reiterate right now, I'm going to say it again really fast. No, stimulus checks are not approved right now, okay? I say this all the time. I've been very, very transparent about this. I've never sat here and said, oh, a check's coming tomorrow. Why would I say that? It's not true. It's not happening right now, okay? But in the event of a stimulus check to be approved at some point, would you be included as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary? Well, based on what I just said, as always, it's always based on income, okay? So, as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary, the thresholds that I just gave you a minute ago, is your income as a low-income or fixed-income beneficiary generally below $75,000 a year or $100,000 a year as an individual, or say $150,000 a year or $200,000 a year as a married couple? Is your income below that as a low-income or fixed income? I would think so. For most people, that is the case. Your income is below these thresholds. Therefore, would you be included? I would say, I'm going to tiptoe around this for a second here. I'm going to explain it just a second. In general, the simple answer would be most likely yes, okay? However, there's a ton of parameters around it that I can't come here and be like, well, yeah, you're guaranteed a check. No, nobody's guaranteed anything. We're guaranteed nothing. We're guaranteed diddly squat. That's the technical way to say it, right? Okay? We all know the details about this, but we are guaranteed nothing. And if we're lucky, they'll maybe do something for us, okay? But that's the point about that, okay? Want to make that very clear here, okay? Just remember, it's always income-based, and that's what it comes down to. But remember, every single time, in fact, the 3 checks that we got a couple of years ago, again, the 1,200, the 600, and the 1,400, the details were a little bit different on each of those. Every single one of those had different parameters, okay? For the most part, the income thresholds were pretty much the same. The first one was a little bit different. The 1,200 was a little bit different than the other ones, but mostly it's focused on income, okay? But then there's other subcategories of, well, if your income is below this threshold, then great, that's great. But now we need to determine, do you have back child support? If yes, then it may be garnished. Do you owe back taxes? If yes, you're not getting it because the IRS will keep it, okay? There's other parameters as well. Were you claimed as a dependent? If so, sorry, you don't get it, but the other person that claimed you does, okay? And again, every single time they're going to have different little parameters like this, who's going to be eligible, who's going to be not, okay? In some of the checks from a couple years ago, they did have also, if you have an ITIN, individual taxpayer identification number is what that stands for, instead of a social security number. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you didn't, okay? That's what I'm saying here is it's always going to be the number one threshold to pass to determine eligibility is income. Number one, if you pass the income hurdle, then we go on to these other hurdles are, what have they also included in the other thresholds to determine are you eligible? Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So again, as of right now, we have no idea, number one, if there's going to be something. Number two, when there may be something. Number three, how much something could possibly be. And number four, what are going to be all the other secondary hurdles, as I just talked about there, beyond the income threshold. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So what we need to continue watching right now, you've heard me say this before in other videos. What do we need to watch? You know the details, right? The jobs numbers, the unemployment numbers. This is, in my opinion, probably the number one factor when it comes down to the distribution of checks, okay? I know it seems super weird, like, what does unemployment and what do jobs have anything to do with stimulus checks going out? What it shows us is that the health of the economy, that's what it comes down to, okay? And like I said, you've heard me say this before, stimulus checks and the distribution of them is always 100% based on the health of the economy every single time, okay? As the economy crashes and burns, as the economy goes down, as the economy is in a bad economic recession or contraction, that is when we see stimulus checks approved and stimulus checks sent out. Why? Because they want to stimulate the economy. That's literally what they do, okay? That's why it's called a stimulus check or an EIP, economic impact payment, is because they print up a bunch of money, they send it out to us, and they say, hey, everybody, we care, and we're going to send you some money because we want you to be, we want to care, we pretend like we care about you. No, it's not. That's not why. They give us money because they want us to spend it. They know that most of us will spend it very fast, and that's exactly what they want, right? Here, take this $2,000. Go buy yourself some stuff. Please, we don't mind, right? That's what they want us to do. And then we say, sure, this is awesome. We're going to go on a shopping spree. We go and buy a bunch of things, whether it's food or clothes or shoes, or maybe it's a TV. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's a new iPhone. Maybe it's some other junk we don't need. I don't know. But my point is, it's a lot of money that gets stimulated into the economy very, very fast. And gee, what do you know? We pull out of a recession. Wow. Imagine that, right? That's why they do it, okay? That's literally why stimulus checks exist, right? So anyway, does that help you better understand that? And again, like I said earlier, if I did a terrible job explaining this or, answering questions about this, please let me know down below. I can come back and elaborate further on another video if you want me to. I think this kind of explains it though. And again, I'm going to say it again. I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. No, stimulus checks right now are not approved, regardless of what anybody's telling you right now, regardless of what AI videos you're seeing out there saying checks have been approved and depositing tomorrow. False. It's not happening, okay? I watch all this stuff very closely. As I said before, I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm always going to give you the honest, accurate, reliable, and transparent information every single day in these videos. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke, whether you like it or not, whether this is like, oh, it's not what I want to hear. I know, but guess what? It's the truth, okay? That's what I'm telling you here, okay? So anyway, does this help you out a little bit to understand what's going on here? And again, as I continue to watch everything very closely, if I see anything about anything like this, I will always bring it to you immediately in these videos, and you're always going to get the truth of what's going on and not just some, blowing smoke, okay? I'm not going to do that. I've said that many, many times before, even though some people here in the community, I see the mean comments down below all the time. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just making stuff up. Okay, fine. If that's what you believe, then by all means, okay? That's totally fine. If that's what you believe, then you're right, okay? Whatever. Perception is reality. So if that's what somebody believes, your perception is reality, okay? It always is, always has been, always will be. But no matter what, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm talking about, and I know the truth. And that's what I'm always going to bring you here in these videos, okay? So anyway, I hope this helps you. Again, as always, please leave your comments, questions, your feedback down below. If you want to come back and elaborate further, I can certainly do that for you. Let me know what you need from me. I'm here to help you out in any way that I can to better understand the situation and what's going on, as well as what may be out there you can possibly grab or take advantage of. There's a lot of things going on right now. And again, remember, we've heard this for a very long time now. There's likely, according to the statistics, a major recession coming sooner than later, okay? Let's just say that. Later on, a little bit later this year, okay? So let's just watch it. Let's just continue watching. But I can tell you this much. If we see a major recession, the likelihood of stimulus checks at that point goes way, 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 way up, okay? Recession and stimulus checks go together. Just saying that much, okay? But no guarantees. I have no idea. No clue what the future holds. I wish I did. I really wish I knew what the future held, but I don't, okay? Anyway, we can just look back at history. We can speculate. We can look at the trends. We can kind of use, knowledge and experience and research to give us a better idea, but that's about all we can do, right? Anyway, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so. Join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel. I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Check out some of the other videos here on the channel as well in the video library, down below in the description at the top of the comment section. Right now, popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos as well. Enjoy those. I'll catch you again later in the next video. So take your selection now, and I'll see you again in just a second. All right, enjoy.